What does repair look like with a young child when you know you didn't handle a parenting moment well? And this is where, the way that I interpret this in extension of the last question is the way that I was answering repair in the last question, I'm picturing more of a teenager. Or I'm picturing maybe a little bit older elementary school, middle school kid who might be able to have a conversation about this after a tough moment, might be able to sit with you, again, separate the person, the character from the actions, understand and forgive that a little bit, and have a conversation about what is the kind of kernel of truth in what was being said and not necessarily the method by which it was being said. That's an advanced skill. I mean, I should say, even as I'm picturing an older kid, there are some couples who work on that all the time in saying, like, how do we have an argument where we can separate the way we're arguing from what the argument's about? How do we have an argument about what's actually the argument topic without engaging in, other tactics that are perhaps more emotionally driven or impulsive? These are skills for life. But when we're talking about a little kid, there's a little bit less of an ability on average to kind of tolerate or ride out a really emotionally stressful situation or really sit with it and talk about it. So that's where repair with a young child might look like being with or playing with. Because if you think about a young kid, sometimes they're engaged in what we call parallel play, where a lot of times with friends, they're kind of a social stage where they're doing something next to somebody else, but that might not be an activity with the other person. It might just be something where they're building something with Legos and the other person is coloring and they're playing together. And then, you might get into, with young kids, this kind of more interactive play style. But it can be a lot easier, perhaps, to do that repair by getting into another activity at the same time. Maybe you're coloring, maybe you're building with Legos, maybe you're kicking a ball outside. And then you take a moment either in transition or a moment during that activity to just kind of say, like, hey, by the way, before, like, I really do think it's important to make sure to respect your sister's body and be safe with your body. But I realize I yelled pretty loudly, and I'm sorry about that. And you can kind of take that moment to give maybe one or two sentences, because that might be as much as a young child can take, and also, set the kind of standard that you're going to ask them about their own reaction. So you might say, like, is there anything you wanted to say about that? Or, another question might be, did you feel anything when that happened? Or another question might be like, did you have anything you wanted to share about what was going on during that moment? And maybe they share something that's relevant, maybe they don't. But what you're demonstrating to them over and over is that even after a tough moment between people, you can be with, or sit with, or play with. You can apologize and commit yourself to behavior change in the future. You can restate the thing that was really important to you in that conversation, and you can ask for their thoughts, feelings, or impressions, because the objective here is to also understand each other. And all of those skills map onto future relationships. Whether the kid meets you where you're at as a young child or not, they're likely to meet you more as they get older, or even if they don't meet you, do that in their other relationships, and you have, future partners of theirs and future friends who will thank you for what you taught your kid at an early age.